slalom. Great to see Sage back here. She paddles kayak, she paddles canoe, and now she's paddling kayak cross. Sage Donnelly into gate 5. She comes around. The boat keeps moving. A nice fast run around gate 5. Here goes Sage for the roll gate. She chooses the back deck roll. The back deck roll is fast. She does hit the bollard, but she goes on the correct side of gate 6. Sage Donnelly, look at that paddling. Look at that stroke rate. Sage Donnelly on to the finish.
That is an absolutely technical part of this course into this roll zone. That water wants to move you to the right side of that gate, but according to that gate, you must be on the left side of that green number 6 gate.
Looks like our next paddler's on the water. She is coming down into the first upstream gate at gate 3. This should be, according to my list, Laura Plata representing Colombia. Bib 19, she's a full-time engineering student at NYU. She's a full-time athlete, whitewater boater, representing Colombia, filling her life full, and today filled with kayak cross. She's coming into the roll zone. She hits the hole, it slows her down, over she goes, up she comes, in a nice, smooth, efficient C2C roll and around. She goes to the left side of gate 6. Laura Plata from Colombia.
And it looks like she's definitely making it look easy out there from Colombia.
On course now. Looks like Carden Etting, junior paddler from Bryson City, North Carolina. Carden paddles kayak, she paddles canoe. She trains with Lee Leapfart there in Bryson City and in Charlotte. Carden Etting into gate 5. Picks the nice traditional line around there, but it doesn't slow her down. Here she goes in the roll zone. Carden going a regular C2C roll, and that's perfect! Up she comes and around with gate 6. There she goes. She makes the full spin, but that's legal. That's okay as long as she goes on the correct side. Carden Etting, Bryson City, North Carolina. Here we've got California paddler Rhea Schreiber. Rhea's from a paddling family. Her dad's been involved in whitewater for a long time. She's been involved since a little kid, and she lives in California. She's been on our U.S. team for a number of years now, has some World Cup medals, and here she is in Oklahoma City on this brand new kayak event called Kayak Cross. Into the gate she comes. She takes the traditional line around, and she's out and into the fast current. Rhea Schreiber over for the roll zone. Chooses the regular C2C roll, and she's up and out and keeps the boat moving. On the correct side, she gets stalled a little bit by the eddy, but she's back on her way to the finish line. Rhea Schreiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, this sport, this discipline is nothing to be taken lightly. I've been down this whitewater course. It is scary, ladies and gentlemen. It takes hundreds of hours, discipline, technique, and passion to really take these athletes to this spot right here.
Here is another junior paddler. That means she's under the age of 18. She is from Maryland, lives in the Washington, D.C. area, and trains with the Potomac Race Club. This is Isabella Altman. Isabella and her sister are both paddling in this event today. Isabella's had a really good result yesterday, and there she comes into gate 5. She negotiated gate 5 well, and now she's headed to the roll zone. She came out a little bit far to the right side. Over she goes. Chooses the C2C roll, and that sends her left, gets her set up just at the right angle to head on through gate 6. That was planned, everybody. That was planned. That was her tactic. Get the boat angled, C2C roll. That sends her boat to the left, and she goes on the correct side of gate 6. Here comes her sister. This is Marcella Altman. Also paddles K1, C1, and cross today. Marcella is out into the fast water, and she's getting herself lined up to come through this big drop, going on the right side of gate 4. She has to go on the right side of gate 4. There she goes into gate 5. Oh, she's taking the fast line. That was the fast line. And now she goes. Again, she came out a little bit. She angles her boat. She goes over, C-to-C roll, comes up at the right angle, and down the drop, and the correct side of 6. Nice job, Marcella Altman, USA.
That was a very absolutely beautiful setup in that technical part of this course right here.
Yeah, you can see that these kids have been coached. They've got a good plan. They worked with a knowledgeable person. They set up their plan, and they're executing that plan down here in the difficult part. That plan can work pretty well in the time trial. Sometimes the plan goes out the window when it comes to the heats and it's head-to-head. Next on course, Florencia Aguirre Gonzalez from Chile. Florencia is a kayak instructor in Chile. She paddles C1, she paddles K1, she paddles cross. Here she is, all the way from Chile in South America and into the roll zone. Opting for the back deck roll, and it works. It works. And she comes up next to the bottom. She getting stalled, a little bit stalled. That slows her down, and she's got to re-accelerate. Florencia Aguirre Gonzalez from Chile. Looks like we've got a DNS that did not start. And that means that the next paddler on the deck, on the ramp, is Evie Liebfarth. Evie's an Olympic medalist. Evie has experience in cross. She won a bronze medal in the Olympic C1 event last year in Paris. She has World Cup medals, and she is just over 20 years old.
We definitely have a rock star in our presence, ladies and gentlemen, and Evie has graced us with her presence here in Oklahoma City once again.
I remember when Evie was 12 years old, I was down in North Carolina doing a workout with them. In a 40-second course, she beat me by 12 seconds. That was when she was 12 years old. And here she is, rocking it even harder, stronger, faster now.
And 12 seconds can definitely feel like a lifetime in this sport right here.
Yeah, especially in a 40-second course. Paddles up. Racers take position. And she's off down the ramp, keeps the bow up. Look at that stroke rate. That's Evie's trademark. That high cadence stroke rate sends her fast down the water and to the right side of gate number 1. Look at the acceleration out of gate number 1. You can see that boat accelerate as it came through that feature. And here she is at the first upstream gate, gate 3. The head and both shoulders must go around the buoy. Not an easy placement of that gate. Here comes Evie down to gate 4. Evie negotiates gate 4, and she angles the boat to get into the 80 at gate 5. She has got the new modern cross technique. Here she goes in the roll zone. Does a C-to-C roll, comes up on the right angle. Stays in the fast water, no stalling there. Evie Liebfarth made that plan, executed the plan, stayed in the fast water, and across the finish line.
That was an absolutely beautiful run by Evie right there. Definitely showing us how it's done out here.
Next on course on my list, Ana Satila, Brazil.
Check 1, 2, check, check.
Here we go, on course.
Check, check.
Ana Satila,
Check.
Brazil. Anna is a C1 paddler, K1 paddler, multiple. She's been in 4 Olympic Games. And here she is in Oklahoma City. Nice fast turn around gate 5. No hesitation. Anna Satila. Back deck roll, fast, and up she comes. Right angle. Staying in the fast water. It's going to be a tight race between Evie Liepard and Anna. Anna Satila, Brazil, across the finish line. Two minutes to the start of the men's race. 2 minutes to the first of the men off the ramp. Okay, here are your unofficial results from that first run. In first place, Anna Satila with a time of 56. In second place, Marcella Altman with a time of 61. Ria Shribar in third place with a time of 63. Laura Plata in fourth. Sage Donnelly in 5. Carden Edding in 6. Florencia Aguirre Gonzalez in 7. Ivy Lentz in 8. 9, Isabella Altman. 10, Milena Sofia. 11, Ruby Kosick. 12, Ashley Nee. Mariana Torres Bertino, number 13. Evie Liepard in 14th place. Omira Maria Neta in 15. And Lois Betteridge and Alexander Horn did not start. That's the unofficial result from that first.
It's events. It's river sports.
First male on course. Looks like Vance Lentz, USA. This paddler is under the age of 14. Here we got a youngster under the age of 14. He's accepting this challenge. He is growing and learning, getting stronger, smarter, better every day. Vance Lentz from the USA. Vance is down and he's into gate 5. Oh, his angle didn't set him up well for the entry there. He had his turn made a little too much and he got stalled on the eddy line. But he'll make that change for the next time he comes out. Pretty good line. He's going to do the roll zone. He goes over. And a perfect C2C roll for the U14 paddler. Gets himself stalled again in that eddy. The placement of that gate is hard to stay in the fast water. But Vance made the adjustment. Up he comes on to the finish. Vance Lentz, USA. In the course now, Griffin Harris, Canada. Also a U14 paddler. This young paddler is accepting this challenge. You don't see many 14-year-olds out on whitewater like this, Amir.
You know, to be under and to be experiencing this International Canoe Federation World Ranking event, this has to be at the top of their bucket list besides going and paddling in the Olympics. This is absolutely amazing. Super, super proud of these kiddos right now.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about these kids. They're not going to get into trouble on the street. They might get into trouble on the river, but not on the street. Here they are. Nice move. Oh, he's got to move himself to the left. And whoa, did he make it or did he not make it? The judges are going to have to look at that one very carefully. He thinks he might have to go back up for it, so he's going to try to attain in the eddy there to get up around number 6 to make sure he gets it on the right side. That is legal as long as he comes up on this side and goes down on the other side. He goes across the hole. He makes the adjustment. He makes it down the right side. Let's hear it for him. Nice job. Way to stick with it. 67, Oliver Hefner, USA. Oliver makes a nice turn around gate 5. Heads to the roll zone. He goes over, uses his left hand, comes up with the C-to-C roll. But the boy is putting in the wrong direction. He's got to move himself back to the left. And he makes it. He did it. He corrected around gate 6 on into the finish. Nice correction down there.
That was a little too close for comfort for me, man. That was a very close gate right there.
Yeah, the river is an unforgiving teacher. You make a mistake, it lets you know. Next racer on course should be Nathaniel Francis from the United States. Usually we see Nathaniel out there using a single blade in the canoe. He's grabbed the paddle with 2 blades, one on the left, one on the right. He's in a kayak, challenged by the cross course. Here comes Nathaniel Francis on down. Good angle into gate 5. Kept the boat moving, comes all the way around, and here he goes. Roll zone. Can he roll a kayak? Over he goes. Kayak roll works. Over the side and around gate 6. He's on. Nathaniel Francis, USA.
It looked like he was absolutely ripping through the course between gates 3 and 6. That guy was moving through this white water.
Yeah, he was moving in a kayak, and he's accustomed to moving in his C1. Changing boats entirely like that is really challenging. It's good to see him willing to try it out. Try out kayak cross here after paddling C1 all the time. Next on the course, David Santiago dos Santos Ribeiro from Brazil. The Brazilian paddler. The junior paddler, meaning he's under 18. Oh, and the limbo move around the gate. And he's got the back deck roll very quickly. Down the right side of gate 6 and on into the finish. David Santiago from Brazil. He's a junior paddler.
That was an absolutely smooth turnaround gate 5 right there.
Nice to see these kids from South America up here. They're getting a feel for this water because they have an eyeball on possibility of making an Olympic team, and this will be the Olympic event, the Olympic venue for 2028, Los Angeles. Our next paddler is here. Looks like a Canadian junior, Josh Gavert. Josh raced last weekend in Montgomery, Alabama. He and the Canadian team all traveled on over here to Oklahoma City, and now they are working this course. Josh paddled really well down in Montgomery. Here he is again in Oklahoma City on the kayak cross race. That's legal. That's legal. That's nice. That's modern. That's good. And around he goes for the roll. Looks down, comes up. A little bit slow on that roll, but he is on the right side of the pole. Josh Gavert, junior from Canada. I think we have a DNS for bib 94, which would have been Ricky Powell. But our next racer on my list is from the country of Slovenia. Slovenia is a tiny little country. It's about smaller than New Jersey with only 2 million people. But boy, can they produce kayak athletes. Last year at the European Championships, they had the top 3 places for Slovenians in the men's C1 class, taking first, second, and third place. The best out of all of Europe. Martin Srabodnik, Slovenia.
And we actually do have our own very director of youth development straight from Slovenia, our very own Andrej Krepensky, putting up all the gates, leading our youth in America to victory with our youth program out here, hopefully being inspired by this world ranking event right now.
Here's Martin. Martin is from Ljubljana. He is one of the top-ranked paddlers in the world now. He's just trying to get his ranking up a little better. There's so many good paddlers all over Slovenia. Martin said, I'm going to be here. I'm going to learn this course. I'm going to get used to it because I'm going to be in the Olympics, I hope, in 2028. Martin Srabotnik, Slovenia, into gate 5. Comes around gate 5. He moves the gate around his head, and that works. That's legal. Here he goes. Here's the roll. Up he comes, regular C2C roll, and remains in the fast water. Srabotnik on to the finish. Off the ramp, white boat. Looks like Tyler Gebert. His brother's down the course already at the bottom. Here comes Tyler. No doubt there's a sibling rivalry. They're going to see who's fast. See the acceleration around that first green gate and down the course past the second green gate and into the eddy for the up at gate 3. Uses the traditional line, traditional approach around gate 3, reaccelerates the boat, comes down for gate 4, which he has to go to the right side of gate 4. He is on the right side of gate 4 and sets up the angle of his boat. There's the angle. Comes into gate 5. Oh, he missed it. That current grabbed his stern. It slowed him down. It stalled him on the eddy line. The eddies in this river are not friendly. But there he is. Tyler is around the gate, coming into the roll zone. C2C roll, but his boat is pointed to the right. He's got to move to the left. And he made it. He made the correction in the stopper and around that gate onto the finish.
And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, going upstream to get around those red gates is not for the faint of heart. If you get too past that red gate, you really have to fight this current all the way back up to it.
Yeah, these currents aren't very friendly. If you make a mistake, it'll let you know right away. So our next paddler here is Kevin Alfonso Vega Perez from Venezuela. Nice job, smooth around gate 5. Taking that piranha boat down, he opts for the regular roll, regular C2C roll, and that sets him up really well to move on gate 6. He didn't lose much time in there. Nice fast run. We'll see how that seats him into the head-to-head race. Kevin Alfonso Vega Perez, Venezuela. Our next paddler lives and trains in Colorado, where it's not very warm in the wintertime. But Nick has been out on the water all winter. Nick Nijavan, Colorado junior paddler. Nijavan is on here. He's been training real hard all winter. He's been training real hard for years. He's with a great group. He's got a great training group there in Colorado, based just outside Boulder in Lyons, Colorado. There's Nick. Nick comes in, moves the gate, goes around it in the correct way, and now heads to the roll zone. He makes it up. Nice regular C2C roll, and it does set him up very well with the right angle for gate 6.
And I would imagine he is loving this low altitude over here in Oklahoma City, training at high altitude.
Yeah, Nick's been training at over 5,000 feet in elevation and below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. This is balmy for Nick. Next on the course, Gerson Teres de Oliveira Jr. from Brazil. Gerson comes down into the fast water. He's got to reaccelerate the boat after coming out of that upstream gate. He's back in the fast water. He's going to negotiate gate 4. He's on the right side of gate 4. Eyeballs the eddy at gate 5. Makes the turn early. Gets stalled on the eddy line. There's that eddy line. It's not a friendly one. He swings the gate out, and he's legally past gate 5. He gets stalled. He goes for the back deck roll. Back deck roll works. Maintains his line. Oh! He's over again. He's looking back. He's making a decision. Does he try to attain back and get onto the correct side of gate 6? He's making that attainment. He gets past the first bollard. He's got to come around the gate on this side of it, and he does it! He does it! He makes the attainment. He gets around the gate on the right side. Gerson Teres de Oliveira from Brazil. Here comes Riker Harris, Canada. Oh, and he gets it. He's able to move the gate out of the way. That is a legal passage. He's on down through using the back deck roll. And this young Canadian has got himself lined up really well for gate number 6. Boy, that was well planned and well executed all the way through. They also paddle all winter up there in Canada. This is a nice warm day for our Canadian paddlers. Next on course, another Canadian. He's a junior, meaning he's under the age of 18. George Knorr, Canadian junior, out of the Ontario program. Looks like he's coming around gate 3, using a fairly traditional approach around there. Nice and calm, nice and fast. Coming down in, looking at the eddy. Gets the bow turned early, but there's the current. There's the eddy. You can see how his stern was stuck in the eddy. His bow was out in the current, and that whipped his boat around before he was ready. But he does renegotiate gate 5 and heads onto the roll zone. Execute his roll a little bit slow, and he did not want to go down backwards. But he made a darn good correction, and there he goes. Nice adjustment. Plan B works. George Knorr, Canada.
They have nothing but heart out here on this course. Yes, they may skip a couple of gates here and there, but they fight with all of their hearts and minds and soul to get back through that gate to complete the entirety of this course.
Amir, we've got another Colorado junior here. This is Finnegan Blackburn. Finn has been out here. I've watched him grow. I've watched him go from getting taller, getting stronger. And here he is using the skills he's honed all winter in Colorado at below 32 degrees paddling. And here he is at Oklahoma. Finn nicely around gate 5. C2C roll, sets him up, angle's good. Through the stopper, gets stalled. Oh, and he's on the wrong side of the pole. He's got to get around on the other side of that green pole. He's working and he was able to move it with his paddle, but you see what the current did to him right there. It said, hey boy, you got to be careful down here. But he managed to solve the problem and get on down through the finish line. Finnegan Blackburn not giving up.
A lot of forward thought in this discipline of slalom right here. You really have to think forward, plan your next move correctly, because if not, the water will definitely teach you a lesson out here.
It looks like the next paddler on the ramp, paddle up, taking his position, is Casey Eichfeld. Casey is an American Olympian in the C1. And here he is, trying his hand at kayak cross. Normally he paddled with a single blade, but he's working the high stroke right there. Casey Eichfeld, originally out of Pennsylvania, now living in Charlotte, North Carolina. Olympic paddler in C1, now trying his hand at kayak cross. Here comes Casey down into gate 3. He makes it. I told him I wouldn't embarrass him by reminding him of when he was 10 years old, bouncing on the bed in the hotel in South Bend, Indiana, but he was doing that. He's still bouncing. He's still energetic, just like he was when he was 10. And here he is, Casey Eichfeld. Back deck roll working. Casey Eichfeld, C1 paddler. He knows how to use 2 blades as well as 1. Here he goes across the finish line. Eichfeld on through the finish in kayak cross. On course now. He's a firefighter. He's a dad. He lives in Florida. He's got a full-time job, and he is challenging the course here in Oklahoma City. This is Tiger Volrath. Tiger, firefighter out of Florida, here with his family, driving all the way up from Florida to try this course, Oklahoma City. Tiger uses the traditional approach, but he doesn't get stalled. He's able to keep his boat moving. And around the gate and in and out. Here he comes into the roll zone. Oh, he's slow to go over and a little slow to come up. Oh, and the river. You saw the river push him to the right. The river current just pushed him to the right of gate number 6.
Definitely one of the nastiest spots at gate 6 right there. You want to go one way, but the river wants to take you all the way to the other side.
Yeah, you got to have a good plan down there, and you got to be able to execute that plan. Next on course, from the country of Peru. No, from the country of USA. USA, here we go. Andrew Delker, American junior. Delker's been out here paddling regular slalom, working hard out there. Kind of got himself stalled on the eddy line a little bit, but he doesn't give up. Charges on through. Andrew is into that next stopper. Over he's going. Back deck roll, and it worked real fast. Nicely done. Then the plan worked. He moved the gate. He went on the right side. He's going to sprint to the finish. Nice adjustment by Delker there in that gate.
So we definitely have a lot of athletes paddling out of North Carolina and Colorado. I know North Carolina has one of the 3 of the urban whitewater courses out here in America. The other one's being over here at Oklahoma City, and the third one being in Montgomery, Alabama.
Yeah, the first course was the Charlotte course, which opened in 2006. This course in 2016, and the Alabama course is just 2 years old. So we've got 3 world-class courses in America. All of them have been used for selecting American team. This is American team trials, so our Olympic team, or not Olympic team, our national team will be picked from the results of this race, and as well as the last race in Montgomery. They'll combine their scores from both races, figure the percentages back, and pick the top 3 boats in each class to represent the United States in the World Cup this coming summer.
Absolutely. The first of many races for these athletes out here trying to get themselves ranked in a higher position to really get themselves made in the Olympics.
Here we have a young man whose home was Djibouti in Africa. He now lives in the Washington, D.C. area, but he represents Djibouti. This is Magan. Magan and his brother Rage are both here.
Definitely getting into a fist fight with that gate 5 right there.
Yeah, R opted for the right side. He is down to the correct side of gate 6 and on into the finish line. Magan, Djibouti. I believe that our next paddler is Slovakian-born, Canadian resident, Michał Smisko. Michał, born in Slovakia, where his mom is from. She was also a kayak racer on the Slovakian national team. They have moved to Chilliwack, Canada. And Michał is on the course now, headed on into gate 5. Quick turn, in and out. Nicely done, Michał.
Beautiful turn.
Michał opt for the C2C roll. On down, past. All looking good. 52, Michał Smisko, Canada. Rage Magan is our next paddler from Djibouti. Rage is on course, down past gate 1. saw how the river shot him very hard to the left, which is great. Goes past gate 2 and around the up at gate 3. The Magan brothers are based out of Charlotte, North Carolina now. They make that their home, and they work at the National Whitewater Training Site there in Charlotte. Magan is over. He is up. He is in the hole. He is over again. You make a mistake down there, and the river can grab your edge, and that's what it does to you. It's going to send you upside down again. Rugge is assessing. He's in the eddy. He said, I'm going to try to attain this and negotiate gate 6 on the correct side. He's got to come up. He's got to come to this side of the river. That is the river right side. He is fighting the current. The current is pushing against his hull. He is up and around. Oh, and the river grabbed the edge of his boat, and over he goes again. This is a tough course. Give him a hand, everybody. He wasn't going to quit. Nice job down there, Magan.
And here comes the roll. Down through the final gate, gate 6, coming in on the left. Very nice.
Okay, great. Yep. Hey, you know, sometimes a little help from the spectators can get these athletes motivated. And this is not a tennis match, everybody. You can cheer, you can shout. If you see what you like, give them a hand. Let them know that they're doing a good job and you appreciate the efforts that they're putting forth here in our river sport course at Oklahoma City. So, you like what you see, shout out. Up, up, up. When they're going upstream, up, 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 up is the way to go. And when they're going downstream, go, go, go works. Those are the famous words of all the coaches you've ever had. Paddle faster! I can't see the bib number. Lee, is Tyler racing? Is Tyler racing? No. But we're gonna. We have bib number 83 on course now from Australia, Lachlan Bassett. Lachlan has come up here from Australia. There's a good contingent of Australians up here. Very nice negotiation to get that number of gate number 5. Lachlan is over, opting for the regular C2C roll, and it takes him up a little bit far to the right, but he makes it on the left side of 6 and he goes on down. Lachlan has been working on the skills of kayak cross down in Australia. We've got a big contingent of Americans who also went to Australia this winter. and they have one of the world's best courses down there in Penrith, Australia. So when it's cold up here, it's warm down there. And we had a great group of folks down there working on their kayak skills and their cross skills. Next
All right, ladies and gentlemen, up, 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 up. Go, 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 go.
Looks like Caio de Silva, Brazil. De Silva's been out here racing, training for a couple of days. Oh, and he gets pushed downstream. Back up to renegotiate 5, which he does. Didn't lose too much time. Into the roll zone. Back deck roll brings him up nice and quickly. That was well done. That was one of the best we've seen. But it does get stalled in the eddy. De Silva in the eddy. Moving now to accelerate back downstream. Sticky wicket in that eddy, as the British would say.
He was definitely hugging that gate number 5 right there, not leaving any room past that gate
To be as efficient as possible.
Canada's Lachlan Faraday is our next boater. Canadian Faraday is on down here. He's been in Montgomery. He has been in Oklahoma City, and he is paddling fast. Oh, he came in a little bit low. Didn't get quite enough angle as he got into 5. But he's renegotiating and on down through into the roll zone. Roll zone, C-to-C roll, and up he comes. Almost no hesitation. That was really well done between the roll zone and gate 6. Faraday across the finish. Nice run for Lachlan Faraday. '49. Jesus Martinez from Chile. Martinez is coming down. Gets a little stalled. Makes a recirculation. Back for he makes it around gate 5. Martinez comes on in. Regular C-to-C roll. Good angle though. Good angle to get around gate 6. He's able to stay in the fast water and on into the finish line. Jesus Martinez, Chile. On course. Is it bib 4-2? Looks like Mark Zilonka, Canada. Mark Zilonka from Canada on down into gate number 5. And that was the modern execution, modern technique of doing an upstream. Boy, was that a fast back deck roll. He's been practicing that one, and he stays in the fast water past 6. No hesitation, on into the finish line. Mark Zilonka, Canada. Our next paddler, Amir. This paddler is one of our most versatile and talented paddlers in North America. His name is Kalen Friedensen. Kalen is the current champion of the green race in South Carolina, Class 5 waterfall race. He beat the rest of the best big water boaters in America, and here he is now in slalom.
It looks like he's absolutely crushing this course right now.
Kalen Friedensen, this is his thing. This is the kind of sport he really enjoys. He enjoys the challenge.
Absolutely locked in right now. Look at that turn on gate 5.
That was the way modern kayak cross turns are being made. Back deck roll,
wow.
Fastest back deck roll we have seen. Friedensen on the way into the finish line.
Absolutely. What a run, man. What a run.
believe this is our Canadian friend Maëlle Rivard, senior racer from Canada. Training with the Ontario group under the leadership of Michał Staniszewski, the Canadian coach. Rivard is around gate 3 and on down past the next downstream gate at 4. Trying to maintain the boat speed, trying to get his angle set. Angle set. Around 6. Very nicely done. On to the roll zone. Standard seat-to-seat roll done very quickly. Keeps the boat moving, stays in the fast water past 6. These Canadians have been working on this. Looking good out there. Off the ramp and into the water. A 65-meter sprint on to gate 1. We see Alexis Perez Rincon from Venezuela. Perez Rincon into the fast current after gate 3. Got the high stroke rate going. Pulling hard to accelerate that boat. Turns in tight. Great negotiation at gate 5, Amir. That was one of the nicest ones we've seen.
That was definitely a quick turnaround, gate 5. Another quick roll going past gate 6 on the left right there. Crushed it once again.
The next paddler off the ramp and into the water. One of Brazilian's best, Matheus Desnos. Desnos was the winner of yesterday's slalom race. Desnos is the highest ranked racer at this event this weekend, the highest ICF ranked racer. Desnos is got that turn down. He looks like he's got that modern technique for gate 3. Reaccelerating in. Let's see how he does at gate 5. Gate 5, tricky up, tricky eddy. And around he goes. That was quick. That was fast. That might be the best we've seen, Amir.
That was a super duper efficient turn around gate 5 right there. Absolutely amazing.
Desnos on to the finish. Next boat on course. Born in Idaho, but now representing Australia, Merle Long. Merle's got a muscular, powerful, exciting style of paddling. He paddles slalom, but he loves cross. Here he comes into gate 3. And gate 3 is having its way. Been watching Merle paddle since he was about 10 years old. He gets bigger, stronger, better every year. Comes around gate 5. How'd you like that one, Amir?
It was absolutely mind-blowing right there. I was not sure he was going to make it, but he pulled a miracle right there at gate 5 and going in for the finish.
Yeah, Merle worked real hard to stay in the fast water. He had to move gate 6 out of his way, but he did it. We'll see how that time holds up, but it looked like a good one.
Sometimes it just seems to get through these gates in the proper manner, and they are absolutely amazing athletes right now.
On the course now is Merle's cousin, also born in Idaho, continuing to reside in Idaho, Kyler Long. Kyler had a great race yesterday, placing second in the slalom race. Kyler also an experienced cross paddler. He loves this event. Here he comes. Let's see how fast Kyler can make this turn. Stalled on the eddy line. That was not a part of the plan. He's going to have to attain back through the eddy. Kyler Long on back up the river right side. He's going to try to ferry back across this current.
He's fighting for it.
Is able to do and then get around gate 5. His stern got caught. He got stalled on that eddy line. He got pushed downstream. Kyler is over, up with the roll. He'll make it through. We'll watch Kyler in the heat head-to-head. Their athletes are seeded by their times here in the head-to-head. But once you're in the head-to-head race, 4 boats at a time, chaos can rule. You never know who's going to win in those heats. Next on course, Andres Echeverria Holguin from Chile. That was a quick execution of the upstream gate. Back deck roll. Echeverria Holguin on course and on toward the finish.
Good thing there's no speed limit between gates 4 and 5, because I'm pretty sure you've gotten a ticket right there.
On course, Pepe Goncalves, Brazil. Pepe is world known to love this sport. He's a happy guy, he's a trained athlete, he's highly skilled, and he's at Oklahoma City learning this course to prepare for the World Championships and possibly the Olympics. Pepe has represented Brazil in the Olympic Games, and here he is at Oklahoma City. Pepe Goncalves into gate 5. Gets the turn made early. And around it he goes. He uses that new modern technique of cross upstreams, back deck roll, and on down past gate 6.
He was not taking any guff from gate 5 right there. He dominated that gate 5.
That concludes our time trial.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, some of these athletes definitely make it look easy to be going down and upstream to go past these gates, but this is a tough discipline. These are tough waters, just overall tough course to get through.
Okay, I have the unofficial result from the time trial here. In first place, Canadian Mark Zilanka with a time of 53.57. Pepe Goncalves, Brazil, is in number 2, and Kalen Friedensen, that was a fast run. It looked fast. It was fast. 54.26 in third place. Fourth place, Andras Echeverria Holguin. Fifth place, Mateo Desnos. 6 is Merle Long. 7, Davi Santiago dos Santos Ribeiro, Brazil. Nick Nijavan, USA, in 8th. Alexis Perez Rico, 9. Michał Smiecko, 10. Nathan Christensen, 11. Lachlan Bassett in 12. Riker Harris, 13. Nathaniel Francis, 14. Casey Eichfeld in 15. 16th place is held by Kevin Alfonso Vega Perez from Venezuela. 17 by Josh Gavert from Canada. Canada's Lachlan Faraday in 18. Jesus Martinez in 19. And Andrew Delker in 20. 21, R. Magan. 22, Oliver Hepner. 23, George Knorr. 24, Tyler Gavert. 25, Finnegan Blackburn. 26, Kyler Long. We saw Kyler have to recycle and attain for the upstream gate here, but he is in 26th place. He will be seated. Vance Lentz is 27. 28, Gerson Teres de Oliveira. 29, Griffin Harris. 30, Martin Strabotnik. To 31, Mael Rivard. 32, Kawa da Silva. 33, Tiger Volrath. 34, Rage Magan. And the others, and that is it. That is Rage in 34th place. That is the last athlete to qualify for the heats for this afternoon. The heats will be made up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our time trials. We officially have a 45-minute break in between now into the next heat. Feel free to go fill your bellies up at the Whitewater Grill and the Barbie truck. And please, have fun out here in Oklahoma City. All right, ladies and gentlemen, currently 80 degrees out here in Oklahoma City, with the winds kind of coming down to a nice 19 miles per hour. We officially have 10 minutes left until the next race. If you're feeling hungry, go ahead and go to the Big Water Grill.
If you all need a few minutes to get over and get a beverage or a snack, go on over to the grill, Riversport Grill, and you can do that. The first racers, the first heats will be going off the ramp at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, and so we've got 20 minutes till the start of that race. You do have time to head on over, get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack, get yourself a little bit of water, and then come back and get in place for the best viewing of the heats. The heats will start, men's heats will start at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Good to see you folks here at the Riversport Whitewater Adventure Center for this International Canoe Federation ranking race. What you're seeing out here are some of the best athletes in the world trying to improve their world ranking. There are world ranking races ongoing all over the globe, really, this weekend, next weekend, and on through April. So the race last weekend in Montgomery, Alabama was also a world ranking race. It was also the Pan Am Championships. That is why we have so many excellent athletes here from Peru, Chile, Venezuela, Brazil, and Canada, and the USA. All are Pan Am nations. So people were here last week for the Pan Am race in Montgomery, Alabama. That course in Montgomery is the newest of these modern whitewater slalom courses in America. The first course was set up in Charlotte, North Carolina in 2006. And the grand opening in 2006, and we had national championships there. And the next course was this course, built in 2016. This is the course that has been selected by the Los Angeles Olympic Organizing Committee to be the site. This is the venue for the Olympic Slalom, the Olympic Whitewater Slalom, which will happen in 2028. The event that you're seeing today is called Kayak Cross. And years ago, actually this has been around for about 10 years. Years ago, 2015, they called it Boater Cross. And in Boater Cross, there were even some Boater Cross events where people would run to the kayak, get in the kayak, push it off the bank, and head on down a course that didn't look at all like this course. As the sport evolved, they introduced the starting ramp. You can see the starting ramp at the top of the course. Our starting ramp here in Oklahoma City is about 15 feet off the water. Amir, how would you like to go off that ramp?
I have a little bit of a fear of heights, but I'm always down to try anything.
Yeah, dropping 15 feet into the water is exciting. If you can come off there and make a mistake and point the boat too straight down into the water and kind of submarine under the water as you go in. So you try to come off the ramp, you try to put your weight back and keep the bow of the boat hitting the water and staying high, staying dry, and that allows you to accelerate down the course. Now, the course has evolved, the rules have evolved. All of the athletes must paddle kayaks in this event, which are available for purchase from the general public. They are not specialized, they are not one of a kind. They have to weigh 40 pounds, and they have to be 9 feet long. Those are the two design parameters, a 40-pound boat and 9 feet long. They have to be available for purchase by the public. You see them go down through here, you like it, you could buy one. You could get started. There are actually introductory paddling programs available here at the Riversport Center, so you can talk to the people over in the office at Riversport about getting yourself or your kids involved. And you will not start, I say you will not start on the competition course here. You'll start on the whitewater. But if you like the sport, if you're excited about the sport, you can start here and work your way up, build your skills, build your confidence, and eventually try your hand at negotiating these rapids on the Riversport course in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Bert, we have great programs out here at Riversport, not just for adults, but for the kids as well.
Amir, can kids who want to get started get equipment here?
Yes, they can.
And that means a boat, a paddle, personal flotation device or life jacket, spray skirt, all of that's available.
Absolutely. We definitely keep safety to the highest standards over here. We go through beginner technique, learning rolls, technique going left, going right. We definitely want you to feel comfortable and safe going down this course.
So if you see this and you think, wow, I'd like to get involved, or I've got a niece or a nephew who'd like to get involved, you can come on over to Riversport here and talk to the people about getting into their introductory programs. It would be good to see more youth development here in Oklahoma City because you will be hosting the Olympic Games 2028. This is the Olympic venue for canoe and kayak slalom and or kayak cross, this new event called kayak cross.
Bert, you've been in the game for a while. How long do you think these athletes train to get to an event like this, the ICF World Ranking event?
Well, it's going to take each individual a little bit of time, and it's going to depend on the resources that are available. You know, a lot of places in Europe have local clubs with local paid coaches and a training course, not exactly like this one, but training courses. And here's what happens. Kids get out of school, they ride their bike over to the course, they leave their backpacks, they change their clothes, they get into their boats, they're coached for an hour, they get back onto their bikes, they ride home and do their homework. And they do that every day, and they start at about age 12. So you see athletes out here who are age 20, and they've been in their boats being coached since about age 12. There are athletes who've had a shorter trajectory. I know that there have been athletes here in America who didn't really start paddling until age, 14, 15 years old and made the junior national team and kept on going. But it's usually going to take you about 10 years of work. But I'll tell you what, that's 10 years of camaraderie, that's 10 years of fun, that's 10 years of learning, that's 10 years of trips and events. And so if a young person starts at about age 10, it might take them about 10 years to get to this point where their skills are good enough to tackle this course at Riversport in a competitive course like this.
So let's say you didn't want to do something like this. Let's say maybe your heart isn't in it to go to the Olympics, but you still want to go out and do some fun stuff, maybe squeeze a little bit of adrenaline out into your veins and everything. This honestly looks like a great workout other than being in a gym. Is that right?
This is a sport that takes agility, flexibility, strength, power, and endurance. In other words, you've got to have all of those components out there on the water. It's a lifelong sport. I started paddling after university in 1971, and am still enjoying my time on the river. So you need all of those skills. You need the agility skills, the balance skills, the strength skills. And I paddle with a group of masters paddlers in Bend, Oregon, and there are 8 to 10 of us who will get on the water, and the reason they do it is the fitness and the fun. Fitness and fun is what it's all about for my training group. Fitness and fun. You don't have to be an Olympic athlete. You don't have to have aspirations to win the world championships, but river sport can give you fitness and fun for a long time.
And if you feel like you may not be ready to take on this level of intensity on this whitewater course, maybe you've never been on a kayak before, we do provide discovery beginner classes on flat water just to hone in on your skills. If you feel like you can take on the monster that is the whitewater course here at River Sport, please feel free to give us a call and we can definitely set you up for success.
The sport you're seeing now is an Olympic sport. The International Olympic Committee adopted this as an event for the Paris Olympic Games. Some of you may have seen it on television. One of our athletes here, in the United States athlete, Evie Liebfarth, was a medalist in Paris. She won a bronze medal in the C1. She is here paddling today. There are other Olympians. Casey Eichfeld is here, United States C1 paddler. He's been in 4 Olympic Games, as has Ana Sutila from Brazil. She's been in 4 different Olympic Games. So we're seeing some of the finest athletes in the world in whitewater paddling on the course here at Oklahoma City. We are also seeing, Amir, youngsters who are under the age of 14.
That is honestly very inspiring to me, considering
Here, you don't have trees laying across the river. You don't have snakes swimming in the water. If you fall out of your boat here, you're going to end up at the bottom, or you're going to end up in an eddy, and you're going to be able to climb up out of the water. It's interesting how dangerous it may look. It's also interesting how safe it is. We have safety boats. We have safety people in place. All of the paddlers here have worked on their own safety skills. And so on these courses where there are not the normal, I'm going to say, natural hazards of trees and waterfalls and rocks and animals and reptiles, and you've got a pretty darn safe. So you can start learning on the flat water here in Oklahoma City, build your skills, and actually then go on out into the real natural world. There are great rivers in your neighboring state of Arkansas, up in the Ozarks. There are great long rivers, whitewater rivers. So you've got opportunities without having to travel to places like this. However, the recreational river opportunities in North Carolina, North Georgia, North Alabama, South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Tennessee, and Kentucky have some of the finest whitewater rivers in all of the world. There are people who travel from all over the world to come over and paddle some of those steep runs in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. The same. Now, you can go further afield. You can get to Colorado, and you can get to Wyoming, and you can get to Oregon and Washington and Idaho. A lot of us who, I'm going to be traveling to Foix, France, for the World Junior Championships in U23s. So I'll be over there assisting the U.S. team for those. But I'm going to come home from Foix, and my wife and I are going to head out into Idaho on the Maine Salmon River for a week-long trip of sleeping under the stars and floating down the Maine Salmon, sleeping on the beaches, swimming in the clean water. All of those things are part of whitewater sport. It isn't all racing, but it's here in Oklahoma City is a great place to get yourself started in a lifelong whitewater sport.
That it's right there, trying to get into it. There we go.
If you look to the top of the course, you can see that there are 4 athletes on the ramp and ready to go. These 4 athletes are Mark Zalonka, Casey Eichfeld, Kevin Vega Perez, and Rage Magan. Those are your athletes in the first heat of the men's kayak cross.
If you think this is a difficult course just going down one by one, times that by 4 athletes in boats just going toe to toe, trying to get around these gates. Just because you're in first place doesn't mean you're going to finish in first place. You have to execute and be precise with every movement down this course.
Watch for the athletes as they come down the ramp and head on down into gate 1. Some may try to get themselves a big lead by sprinting that 65 meters on into the first gate and try to lead all the way down. Some of the athletes may take a tactic that keeps them in second place for the first sprint, and then coming into the very first gate, they'll try to bump that person who's in first out, get around that first upstream gate first, and come out onto the whitewater as fast as they can. It can be kind of chaotic out there, especially in the upstream gates as you're fighting three. And they're off. Here's the first set of athletes. They're coming down. Look at the sprint on down into gate 1. In the red bib, Mark Zelanka. In the green bib, Casey Eichfeld. In the red bib, Kevin Vega Perez. And in the yellow bib, Rage Magan.
The absolutely destroying gate 3, still in the lead.
Looks like Eichfeld is in. That was heat number 1. Heat number 2 in the red bib. Dos Santos in the green bib. Nick Nijavan in the blue bib. George Knorr, and in the yellow bib, Tyler Gavert.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we need you guys to get real loud as soon as. Check.
This is not a tennis game, everyone. This is not a golf tournament. Cheer them on. Hop, hop, hop works when they're in the upstream gates, and go, go, go works when they're paddling down.
The louder you are, the harder they paddle.
Paddler in the red bib is the one who was most highly ranked. Second rank is green bib. Third rank is blue, and fourth is yellow. The paddler in the red bib gets to choose the position they go off the ramp. They've earned that by being seated highest. The current is not the same speed below the start ramp, so the red bib is going to go out in where the fastest current is in the start zone. And they are off. Second, that's Nick Nijavan. Nijavan from Colorado. Oh, and there may be a change in the lead here. There may be a change in the lead. Out of the upstream gate comes Nick Nijavan from Colorado. Nick is up first. He is over the drop. He is down past the gate, and Nick Nijavan is going to win this heat. Colorado's junior racer is first in that. He's in Dos Santos. Second.
There is just a complete battle and clashing of boats around these upstream gates right here. Anything can happen.
You can see how the lead changed there, and a savvy junior paddler, he's not even 18 years old yet, comes out winning that heat. You can make a plan. You can try to execute your tactics just the way you want, but kayak cross is just enough random chaos out there so that anything can happen. The leader came in there, missed his entry into the upstream gate. The current forced him down, and he had to make another turn and go back up to execute that gate properly. That allowed Nick to take the lead. Nick chose to go to the right. He came out of the upstream gate number 5 quicker, and he ended up being able to win that heat.
It seemed like a head-on collision to make first place go right back into second place, so there is really no plan on any collisions. You can never really plan for whatever the athletes are going to be doing around you.
You have to plan for change. Our next four athletes are on the ramp. Echevarria Olguin in red, Lachlan Bassett in green, Jesus Martinez in blue, and Martin Srabotnik from Slovenia in yellow. I can see the red bib is in start position number 2. When I stood up there on the ramp this morning looking down at the current, that was my best guess, and that was that number 2 had the fastest current directly underneath it. So their red bibs are choosing to start in position number 2 because that's where the fast current is. And they are off and headed on a 65-meter sprint into gate number 1. Looks like Srabotnik is in first place. Srabotnik comes second. Yellow bib, Teres Oliveira. But the winner of that one, Maël Rivard, Canada. Second place, Christensen, USA. Heat number 8. Our next heat, Echevarria Olguin, Lachlan Bassett, Jesus Martinez, and Martin Srabotnik. Paddles up. Take position.
Bert, that is a high drop on that platform right there. I walk that bridge a lot, and it's scary to look down. I would even imagine it's scary to drop down from that thing.
That's a good free fall. You hope you don't submarine. You hope he doesn't bow go under. You hope that you cover. And they are off and into the water like everybody's up and moving. Looks like they are competing. And in the first place, going down the first drop, is Echevarria Olguin. They go on through gate 6. Once past that gate 6, you can pretty much tell who's going to win.
There's definitely a lot of chaos in kayak cross in this discipline. The winning formula has a variable that you cannot plan for. You just have to do your best at adapting.
Advancing to the next round out of there was Maël Rivard, Echevarria, Teres de Oliveira, and Martin Srabotnik. They have advanced into the next round. In this next heat, we've got Kalen Friedensen, Riker Harris, Lachlan Faraday, and Kawa da Silva. Friedensen in red, Riker Harris in green, Lachlan Faraday in the blue bib, and Kawa da Silva in the yellow bib. Oh, we have 3 boats up there. One is a non-starter. Looks like the blue bib. Looks like the blue bib in first into the first upstream gate.
A little bit of chaos just before that third.
Second. Those are your 2 athletes who advance to the next round.
That was a great battle. That was head-to-head the whole course right there.
Our next 4 in heat number 6, Matthew Desnos from Brazil, Michał Smisko from Canada, R. Magan from Djibouti, and Kyler Long from Idaho. Racers take position. And they are off down the ramp. Looks like we've got Merle Long, Alexis Perez Ricon, a blue bib, a red bib, and a green bib. In the green bib, in the red bib is Merle Long. In the green bib is Alexis Perez Ricon. In the blue bib, Oliver Hepner.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to get real loud right now as these athletes come past you.
We can see some
These just seem like brutal battles around these gates, especially the upstream gates where you just have to turn right around, go against the fierce water that is this whitewater course, and possibly getting a full-on collision from the other athlete, completely throwing you off of your race plan and forcing you to adapt on this water.
I do have to apologize to Matthew Desnos because it was Desnos in that last round who ended up winning that. So, advancing to the quarterfinals round, Lachlan Faraday, Matthew Desnos, Kaylin Friedensen, and R. Magan.
And the battle has begun in this current heat, going past the first gate, approaching the second, super close, boats colliding left and right, going up to that first upstream gate. Red bib has got it in the bag, making its way back down towards the course.
Oh, it looks like the red bib came in first, but got pushed out of the way.
Oh.
We've got the green bib in the first place position. Alexis Perez Rincon.
Absolutely crushed and ripped through that.
And the other paddlers turning into the right side. We've got a battle for that, for those positions. We've got the blue bib, which would be Oliver Hepner. It looks like green bib in the lead. Alexis Perez Rincon. It looks like there's a battle. It looks like next down across the finish line will be Merle Long. And the blue bib, Oliver Hepner. And the yellow bib, Finnegan Blackburn.
That was a nasty collision after Gate 6. I hope they're going to pull over and exchange insurance information.
Looks like the Merle Long and Finnegan Blackbird advance into the next round out of that heat.
No yellow bib on this one.
Looks like we've got no yellow bib on the start now. We have a red bib, which would be Pepe Concalves. We have a green bib, which would be Nathaniel Francis, and a blue bib, which should be Josh Gavert.
I really wonder what goes through these athletes' minds sitting in their boat on top of that platform, getting ready to test their grit in hopes that they get to the place they want to be, which is that final destination of the Olympics.
I'll tell you what the experienced athletes are doing. They are breathing deeply. They are seeking a calm place. They are saying, clear your mind and do what your body knows how to do. They are up there in a zone. They are in the zone. They are ready to go.
Fly
they
with
have
caution.
practice. They know themselves. They say, now it's just do your job. Do what you know how to do. Now, they do have to adjust. They sometimes make the plan. They can't execute that plan, and they do have to change their tactics. But right now, they are focused. They are calm. They can hear their heartbeat. They have tuned out the rest of the world, and they are ready to go.
Fly with
You know,
caution.
one of the scary things, I believe, as a first-timer when it comes to whitewater kayaking is rolling over and not being able to roll back. Where
Concalves is on the run into the next downstream gate, followed very quickly by the green bib, which is Nathaniel Francis. American C1 paddler Nathaniel Francis in second. Concalves chooses the right side. Francis chooses left side. Francis goes a little bit low. Oh! And he did not get overtaken. Nathaniel Francis comes down first. Looks like there was a collision there in gate 5. Concalves now coasting across the finish, saving his energy for the next heats. Oh, and Francis came down the drop, but on the wrong side of the gate. That means he's got to attain back up to get around the right side of that gate. He does. He gets around the gate. He's on the right side of it. And we are going to see Nathaniel Francis on down to the finish line in second place.
what a traffic jam at gate 6 that was. Both athletes just trying to get back into the groove of things to go across that finish line.
That's what happens when after you roll, the river forces you off to the right. The river wants to move you right. You as a paddler want to move left. And so you have conflicting forces there. You've got to get the line set up. You've got to get the roll set up. All of that has got to come together to go down that last drop and drop through by gate 6 on the left-hand side. So advancing into the next heats, Perez Rincon, Concalves, Long, and Gabert. It is 21 minutes past 3. The women's kayak cross quarterfinal is scheduled to start at 27 minutes past 3. In the kayak cross event, there are actually now going to be 2 medals awarded in the Olympic Games and in the World Championships. The qualifier time trial that we watched this morning, the individual event, will be a medal event. So the person who is the fastest in the time trial will win a medal. So that's one event. The second event is this head-to-head heats. And of course, you're trying to work your way through the heats to make yourself your way into the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and then the final round. In the final round, 3 medals will be awarded. There'll be 4 paddlers, so there will a medal for gold in first place, silver in second place, and bronze in third place. So we have 2 medal events in kayak cross. One is the individual event time trial, and one is the head-to-head heats that we're seeing now. We're about to get started with the women's kayak cross first heat. It looks like we've had a scratch. It looks like Ana Satila from Brazil has scratched. I know that Anna's recovering from a significant shoulder injury. She paddled this morning in the individual time trial. She got her finish. She got her ranking race there, and she will receive a medal for her efforts in that race. She has opted to scratch from the head-to-head competition. So we do, in this heat, have two paddlers vying for first and second place. What is the advantage of first place? The first place, if they win this heat and they move on in first place into the next heat, they get to choose their launch spot. So these two will be battling out for who gets to choose the launch spot.
This is here before.
Looks like we've got Florencia Aguirre Gonzalez and Ruby Kosick. Florencia Aguirre Gonzalez is from Chile, and Ruby Kosick is from California, USA.
The athletes putting up their paddles, notating that they are ready to drop in, waiting the call of the official to let them know that they can go.
On that start ramp, two women who are entering the zone. For Ruby Kosick, it's her second year paddling. Florencia, she's a skilled boater. She teaches kayaking in Chile, and they are off. They are off, headed down into the first gate, 65-meter sprint. Florencia Aguirre Gonzalez in the green bib.
Let's see how loud we can get this crowd today. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's cheer these athletes on. They're working so hard. They trained so many hours to get to this point right here. Go, 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 go!
Florencia has a good lead. Headed down here into gate number 5, opting for the left upstream gate.
Up, 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 up,
Comes
up,
in
up,
nice
up.
and high. Ruby's going in for the same gate. And there is a collision. Although Florencia stayed on line, she stayed on course. She makes it through the roll zone, past gate number 6. All right, here comes California Ruby Kosick. Ruby goes over. Solid roll for the 2-year boater. Give her a hand, everybody. Great job for Ruby Kosick, California.
That was an absolute battle, ladies and gentlemen. And we were here to witness it here at River Sport.
4 boaters on the ramp for the next heat. In the red bib will be Ria Sribar, also from California. In the green bib, Laura Plata, representing Colombia. Ivy Lentz, United States Junior, and Ashley Nee from Maryland.
I wonder if the one from Netherlands will be going to the Marriott Gardens for the Tulip Festival, considering the tulip is the flower of the Netherlands.
Tulips and whitewater, they go together well. You can always place your bets, but you never know the outcome in kayak cross. You can place your bets based on the speed of their time trial. You can place your bets on the basis of the seeding, but you know, positions can change Elbows get in the way. Boats get in the way. Eddies have their catch your edge. You just never know what's going to happen when you're out there on the course in kayak cross. I do see Rhea has chosen slot number 2. She knows the water's a little faster at the bottom of the ramp there. This sport of whitewater slalom had its origins in Switzerland in 1932. Some Swiss ski instructors decided that they would like to paddle on the water that they'd skied on as frozen snow in the wintertime, and they devised a way to set up gates on a river in Switzerland. They were paddling in boats that were up to 14 feet long. They had no helmets. They had no PFDs. And they decided they would put these gates up, and sometimes the courses were a half a mile long. They would see quite a different sport nowadays, as our courses are 90 seconds long, are the winning times, and we now have kayak cross, an entirely different event from the 1932 origins. And they are off. They are on the water, and the first 4-boat heat with Rhea Schreiber in red, Laura Plata in green, Ivy Lentz in blue, and Ashley Nee in yellow.
It looked like the red bib was about to roll over as soon as she hit the water from falling off the platform.
That can happen. That can happen on that first drop. It looks like we have into the gate. Oh, we have a battle, and they're all choosing the left side. Coming out of the left side first is Laura Plata. Laura Plata representing Colombia. She is in the first place, and Rhea Schreiber, representing the United States of America, is in second.
Let's get loud, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get loud.
They're choosing opposite sides now. Laura Plata around gate number 5. Plata in first place in the green bib. There is the roll zone. There is Rhea in the roll zone. Rhea's a little bit slow on the roll, but she does make it up. And we've got, oh, there's a lead change. There's a lead change at gate 6. And into the lead goes Rhea Schreiber, followed quickly by Laura Plata, representing Colombia. Following up, the yellow bib, Ashley Nee. The blue bib, Ivy Lentz. And 2 paddlers have advanced on to the next round. Okay, advancing to the next round, you will see Florencia Aguirre Gonzalez, Ivy Lentz, Ruby Kosick, and Laura Plata. They will be advancing to the next round. It looks like in our next heat, we've also got no yellow bib. In the red bib in this heat will be Evie Leapart from the United States, Sage Donnelly from the United States, and Isabel Altman also from USA. Leapart, an Olympic medalist. Sage Donnelly, a worldwide fearless paddler. Sage runs waterfalls. She runs Class 5. She races Class 5. She's raced freestyle. And here she is back in slalom. She began her competitive career in slalom. She has evolved as a worldwide, highly skilled paddler. And we're really happy to see Sage Donnelly back here on the slalom course.
But that's the crazy thing about kayak cross. You could be the best, highest ranking paddler, but one thing goes wrong, one collision, one gate they go too far past, especially on those upstream gates, everything can change in just moments time.
And they are off and down on the water in the 65-meter sprint for the first gate. And it looks like coming down the very first drop, Evie Leapart in the red bib with her signature high stroke rate is into the first upstream gate. She goes into the upstream gate. She avoids the green bib, and she is out first. Leapart is in first place coming out of it, and the green bib is coming on in second place.
Go, go,
green,
go, go,
green
go,
bib
go,
is
go,
Sage
go!
Donnelly. Here comes Leapart into gate number 5. She chooses the left side.
Up, 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 up,
She
up.
comes around. She swings the pole, the gate around her head. Donnelly is in there into second place. There's going to be a battle. There's going to be a battle, but Donnelly comes out in second. Leapart past gate 6 and on into the finish. Sage Donnelly makes the roll, and she's on the correct side of 6. Altman makes the roll. She too is on the correct side of 6. And winning that heat looks like Evie Leapart, followed by Sage Donnelly and Isabel Altman.
Evie in the red bib absolutely crushed that run, taking on those upstream gates with grace. Absolutely amazing run. We got a fully loaded platform up there with all 4 athletes getting ready to test their grit.
In this next heat in the red bib will be Marcella Altman, a junior paddler from Maryland. Also a junior paddler in the green bib from Bison City, North Carolina's Carden Edding. We have a South American athlete, Milena Sofia, in the blue bib, and Omira Maria Neta from Brazil in the yellow bib. Down the ramp and in the water, and the first sprint is on for the next heat of the women's kayak cross. Sprinting hard down, someone's trying to get out into the lead. Looks like the green bib. Looks like Carden Edding coming down first. Carden is going down in through, opting to go into the left side.
Of a traffic jam on gate 3.
Oh, we have a real race between Carden Etting and
Let's see what happens at this gate 5. Oh, the traffic jam.
Everybody's going in for the left side. Here we go. We've got some contact out there. Yellow bib races Omira Maria Neta in first. In the green bib, Carden Etting Jr. from USA. In the red bib, Marcella Altman. And they are charging across the finish line with Omira Maria in first, Carden Edding second.
Yeah, that gate 5 was definitely jammed up with all those athletes right there. That was such a contact in this sport of kayak cross. This isn't your regular kayak slalom. This is a full contact sport here, ladies and gentlemen.
What we saw over there may very well have been tactics. Some of those paddlers who were coming down in second and third place said, I'm going to try to get in and bump number 1 out of the way. They said, instead of going to the clean side, the side where no one else is, and where I may get stalled, they're saying, I'm going to do my best to work a pass, to try to make a pass in that upstream gate. And I think all the paddlers were thinking the same thing. Otherwise, they might have tried the right side where there was no other paddler in the way, but they said, it's a very good possibility that I can knock 1 or maybe 2 boats out of the way, pass them. That's part of the tactics of kayak cross. Okay, advancing on into the women's semifinal, Evie Liebfarth, Omira Maria Neta, Sage Donnelly, and Carden Etting. Yes, this is a brand new event. The very first World Championships, again staged in Switzerland in 1949. The International Canoe Federation was formed after World War II, and the very first World Championship slalom was held in Switzerland in 1949. Kayak slalom didn't appear in America until the 1950s. 1953, there was a club in Salida, Colorado, that used to stage a 30-mile downriver race, 30 miles on the Arkansas River, and they invited a bunch of Europeans to come over here in 1953. So the French came, some Germans came. Some of the French who came over here were invited to go, decided to stay, and actually stayed here and became kayak instructors and pioneers of Colorado sport our whitewater sport in Colorado. The very first slalom races in America were held by clubs in Pennsylvania and Washington, D.C., again in the early 1950s. I believe that the Salida Club held a slalom race around 1953 or 4. And as I say, the course was a half a mile long and took over 5 minutes to negotiate. They had 25, 30 gates, but the courses were 5-6 minute courses. Now our courses are around 90-second courses.
Bert, did I hear you right? There was a 30-mile race in Salida, Colorado back in the 50s when this sport was finally starting to kind of come out into the world?
Yeah, that 30-mile race continued right up until recently. They used to start in the town of Salida, and they paddled 30 miles down the Arkansas River to a little place called Cotopaxi. You had these long downriver boats. They went on down through there. The biggest rapids, of course, were at the end of the run. And so after 25 miles or so of exhausting paddling at your heart rate about 140 beats a minute, you came into Cottonwood Rapid and you tried to make it through right side up. That was the traditional long classic downriver race in Salida, Colorado. Nowadays, the race ends in Salida, ends in the city, and they start the race upstream in a Class 4 run called Browns Canyon. They're running downriver boats, long, skinny, narrow, tippy boats down through Browns Canyon and finishing in Salida. But Salida still holds their event. It's called FIBARC, first in boating on the Arkansas, and they are still staging slalom races. The oldest slalom race in America is actually held in the state of Washington. It's on the little river out in the beautiful national forest called the Salmon-La-Sac River. That will occur next weekend, and I think it's the 64th annual Salmon-La-Sac slalom race. They've held it every year for 64 years.
That is absolutely amazing. What a pioneer of a race to really get this sport, this discipline, this passion of the athletes out here in America. And look where we are now. We're not in Colorado, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. 1 out of 3 urban whitewater course in a safe space where you can practice kayaking here at Riversport.
Yes, there's a risk involved in all of the sports that we do. It is a pretty darn safe course. It's nice that you can't have a foot entrapment. You're unlikely to see that kind of an injury going on down here. But talk about adrenaline. The adrenaline in your system. You're trying to calm that adrenaline. You're trying to focus that adrenaline. And as you're climbing into your boat on the top of that ramp, you are taking a deep breath. You are finding the zone. You are saying, I am going to execute this as best I can. And here we go. 5 boaters moving on into the ramp.
So not only are they having to sprint down this 60 meters before they even get to the first gate, battle the athletes, battle the current, battle the upstream to the gates.
What is that, about a 20-meter finish where they just all-out sprint after they're even gassed out, trying to get past that finish line?
Yeah, that's the sprint. And of course, there is lactic acid built up in your muscles. Sometimes it's even hard to hang on to the paddle. Okay, take position on the, and they're off.
Let's make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Cheer your athletes on.
In the red bib, Mark Zalanka, Nick Najivan, Casey Eichfeld, and David Santiago dos Santos Ribeiro. Leading the way in the red bib, Mark Zalanka, Canada. Casey Eichfeld in the blue bib, close behind. Casey comes out of that gate. Oh no, the green, that's Nick. That's a junior. He's from Colorado. He's not even 18 years old yet. Nick is on the tail of a Canadian national team member. Nick off to the right, Canadian on the left.
Up.
And they have a battle. Coming out of the upstream gate. After the roll, Nick Nijavan in first. Oh, Nick gets pushed to the right. Casey Eichfeld passes on the left. Casey Eichfeld in second place. Nick looks like third place. That's the kind of lead change we often see in kayak cross. It's what makes it exciting. It's what makes it unpredictable. It makes it challenging. Looked like Mark Zalanka in first. Casey Eichfeld second. Nick. Oh, DeSantos in third, and oh, it looks like there was a fault. Casey had a fault, which means he will not advance. It means that Zalanka and Nijavan will advance. Yes, Nick, junior racer from Colorado, advances on into the semifinals, and Mark Zalanka from Canada.
It's funny to see how fast everything just changes within a gate or two. You never know what's going to happen. It's so unpredictable.
On the start ramp now, we have Maël Rivard, Canada, in the red bib. Andres Echeverria Ogin in the green bib. Gerson Teres de Oliveira in the blue bib, and Martin Srabotnik, Slovenia, in yellow.
And we got the green bib in first place going around that first upstream red gate right there.
Echeverria Ogin in first. Echeverria Ogin coming down the drop.
Go.
Echeverria Ogin opting for the left side. Comes in a little bit low.
Up.
In the yellow bib, Martin Srabotnik, Slovenia, comes in second place. Srabotnik goes through and comes out in second place. Into the roll zone. Srabotnik a little slow on the roll, and he's headed in the wrong direction. He's going to have to use the stopper and move to the left. He is able to make it across that stopper and move on the left side of the green pole.
He definitely had to fight for that last gate number 6 right there.
Srabotnik looks like he'll finish in second place. Rivard, red bib Canadian, in third. And Teres de Oliveira is a DNF. Did not finish.
And that is at cross, ladies and gentlemen. At cross.
Okay, advancing, we have Mark Zalanka, Echeverria Ogera, Nijavan, and Srabotnik all advance. On the ramp, paddles up, ready to go. In the red bib, Lachlan Faraday, Canada, Matteo Desnos, Brazil, Kaylin Friedens in America, and R. Magan from Djibouti. There they go. It looks like the green bib hits the water first. But it looks like the red bib came down the first drop. That's Lachlan Faraday from Canada. Faraday and Friedensen go for the left-hand side. And Friedensen comes out ahead. We've got Lachlan Faraday in second place.
Let's get loud, folks. Let's get loud.
Matthew Desnos Green in third. Coming into the upstream gate at 5. We've got a battle going on. Coming out in first place is Kalen Friedensen. Friedensen goes to the roll zone. Very fast roll. And the red bib and the blue bib are battling it out. Looks like Friedensen's going to make it in first place. Looks like Faraday's in second. Those are your two paddlers who will advance to the next round. That one looks like a photo finish between Magan and Denos.
They were definitely head-to-head for third at that one. Definitely a photo finish.
Friedensen and Faraday advance. Next heat. Paddlers on the ramp. In the red bib, Alexis Perez Rincon. In the green bib, Pepe Concalves. In the blue bib, Merle Long. And in the yellow bib, Josh Gavert. They are down. Looks like the white boat in the green bib headed out and was able to make it down into the water first, and they're coming down the 65-meter sprint into gate 1. In first place, we've got Pepe Concalves from Brazil. Concalves goes, oh, and he misses his turn, but he gets around it. There's a battle. Concalves came in first, but he's not coming out first.
Absolute massive contact on gate 3.
Merle Long is in first place. He's opting for the gate on the left. Long comes in.
Beautiful turn.
And Merle Long is out first. Who's going to come out second?
Beautiful turn in yellow bib.
It looks like the red bib of Perez Rincon. It looks like blue bib Merle Long across the finish line first. Looks like red bib Alexis Perez Rincon in second place. Looks like yellow bib Josh Gavert next. And it looks like Pepe Concalves in the green bib is in your fourth place position. Kayak cross, ladies and gentlemen, kayak cross. You cannot predict the outcome. You just don't know what's going to happen out there. It has a river, it's moving, it's dynamic. It can take your stern and drop it down to the bottom, and all of a sudden someone goes past. Someone else comes down behind you. You think you're in first. They bump your boat out of the way.
All right, folks, if you like what you see, let's make some noise. Come on, we can get a little louder than that. Let's hear some noise.
Okay, advancing into the semifinals. Kalen Friedensen, Merle Long, Lachlan Faraday, and Alexis Perez Rincon. Yes, slalom evolved from those days of 5- and 6-minute courses on half-mile long 30-gate courses on natural rivers to these courses that are man-made artificial courses. It's easy to control the water here. I have been at races where we scheduled the race, we showed up, we designed a course, we hung the course, and then it rained all night. And the next day we went back to the course, and the river was in flood, and we took down the gates and we went home. I have been at races where we had to race in. We planned the race at around 700 cubic feet per second flow, and we got to the river and it was 250 cubic feet per second flow. And so we had to design a little short course where the water was deep enough to put your paddle. These artificial courses, yes, I know the obstacles are plastic and the sides are concrete, but you do have a rapid, you can control the water, you'll have a consistent power flow of water through the races. You can schedule for a start time at 10 o'clock and it will happen. So the sport has changed a lot, but the adrenaline, the feeling of the paddler is very much the same here in Oklahoma City in 2025 as it was for those racers in Salida, Colorado in 1954.
And the cool thing about urban whitewater courses is that these blue blocks you see in the water, these are strategically put in the water, connected to the bottom of this course, so that the ICF can get the exact, precise rapids and movement of the water they need to make up this world ranking event.
Artificial courses have certainly changed the sport. There are still high-level international races conducted on natural rivers. No World Cups now are currently conducted on natural rivers, but there are ranking races, and in some places national championships were often held on natural rivers. We have the next heat for the women's race at the top. In the red bib, Florencia Aguirre Gonzalez from Chile. In the green bib, Ria Schreiber, United States. In the blue bib, Ruby Kosick, USA. And in the yellow bib, Ivy Lentz in the yellow bib, USA. And they're off down the ramp. It looks like the red bib. What do you see, Amir? Can you see the red bib? Is she in front?
Looks like red bib is in front, and a battle for second with the green and yellow bib.
Aguirre Gonzalez takes the lead.
Green bib out in first.
The green bib. The green bib goes into the lead, but Aguirre Gonzalez comes in, knocks her out of the way, and the green bib gets around. There's a battle now. They are even, head to head, neck and neck. Green bib passes. Green bib, Ria Schreiber.
Go, 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 go,
Schreiber
go, go,
comes
go.
into the left, and they're opting for opposite sides here.
Up, up,
Schreiber
up, up, up,
goes
up.
into 5. She comes out. Schreiber in first. Schreiber comes out in first place.
There comes the roll zone.
Aguirre Gonzalez in second place. Schreiber's roll is fast. Aguirre Gonzalez is pointed in the wrong direction. She's got to change direction, and she's got to use the stopper to move to the left. But she gets around the gate. It looks like Ria Schreiber winning that heat. Florencia Aguirre Gonzalez. Aguirre Gonzalez in the red bib in second place.
That was absolute chaos, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute chaos in the new Olympic discipline of kayak cross.
Next 4 boats on the ramp. In the red bib, Evie Liebfarth, Bryson City, North Carolina. In the green bib, Omira Maria Neta from Brazil. In the blue bib will be Sage Donnelly, living currently in, I think, Nevada. And then in the yellow bib, Carden Etting from Bryson City, North Carolina. 2 Bryson City ladies, 2 Bryson City athletes in this heat, in the ICF International Ranking Race.
And I would imagine these 2 athletes have trained together, have been a part of each other's lives for a while. Now they are competitors in the ICF World Ranking event we have here today in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Evie was racing at age 15 in international races. She was winning our U.S. team trials when she was 15 years old. Caden is a junior now, which means she's under the age of 18. So we've got an American junior against the best American female paddler, Evie Liebfart, Olympic medalist, Evie Liebfart.
And what Bert means by that, we really need you guys to make a lot of noise when they start coming down this course. Can we count on you for that?
Paddlers take position.
Now, Bert, I'm not too familiar on classes of whitewater. In your experience, what class of whitewater are we dealing with here today?
Oh, the girl. No, we'll talk about that in a second because we've got racers on the course right now. Coming down the very first drop into gate 1. It's a 65-meter straight. It looks like Evie Liebfart in first place. High stroke rate, energetic style, and she comes into the left hand up. And we've got 3 paddlers in the left hand up, and Liebfart comes out in first.
Go, 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 go!
Coming down into the next set of upstream gates, Liebfart up to the left side. She comes in high.
Up, 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 up,
She
up,
comes
up.
out. There's a threading. It looks like a threading of the needle out there, and Liebfart comes out through the roll gate. In first place, in second place in the blue bib is Sage Donnelly. In third place right now is Carden Etting, and in fourth place is Omida Maria Nita. Going on across the finish, we've got a close race here with a Liebfart in first, Sage Donnelly in second, Carden Etting in third, and Omida Maria in fourth place. And your finals. Here's your final 4. Shribar, Liebfart, Aguirre Gonzalez, and Donnelly. Those are the women who will be racing in the finals at this World Ranking Race. ICF World Ranking Race, Oklahoma City. Right, this will be the final round. We control that? Okay. So when they are up there, when they get up on the ramp and they put their paddles up, start the heartbeat.
Absolutely. Yeah, just let me know when the final is. The next race going to be a final?
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, next one is final. Amir, an added element of this is that these athletes paddled this race course this morning. Then they went up and they did their heats. Then if they advanced, they do the next heats. They are doing this course at least, if they're making it through, they're paddling 4 times down this course. So not only do we have a power element to this, but we have the endurance element. They've got to maintain their power. They've got to maintain their excitement. They've got to maintain their fitness for all these 4 heats. So there's a lot of runs involved here. It's not just a simple sprint for 80 seconds.
No, and when it comes to 100% max effort in whatever you're doing, especially something physical like kayaking, cross, in a whitewater, there doesn't seem to be a lot of time for recovery before these athletes have to get back up on that platform.
Yeah, recovery is a big part of it. You know, every person is physiologically a little bit different. We all don't recover in the same way. And so every one of these athletes has trained and practiced, but they know their own body. They know what they need to recover. They know when they have to eat. They know when they have to drink. They know when they need that physio massage therapist out there. And being able to recover between heats is a big part of this sport. I know that the same is true when they do, let's say they do their first runs on a World Cup race and only 12 people qualify for the finals. So if you're one of those 12 people, you get off the water, you see the scores, you know you're in the top 12, and you go immediately into your recovery routine. It means rest, it means eating, it means drinking, it means focus. There are some people who like to relax and listen to music. There are some people who isolate themselves in a totally quiet place. Every person has a little bit different way of preparing for the next round. But recovery is a big part of this.
And this whitewater is anything but relaxed. So the only relaxed element in this event would have to be the athletes sitting in their kayaks.
Men's semifinal. This is the men's semifinal race. In our first heat, Mark Zelanka in red, Andres Echevarria Ogin in green, Nick Nijavan in blue, Martin Strabotnik in yellow. And they're off and down, and they're on the water. We've got this 65-meter sprint on down into gate number 1. Looks like the red bib coming through first in gate number 1, and that is Mark Zelanka from Canada.
They are clustered in there, Bert. They are clustered in there.
Mark opts for the left turn. He takes a conservative approach, but he does keep his boat moving, and he comes out in first place. Zelanka down the next drop, heading into gate number 5. He opts for the left side, comes in. Oh, he takes the lower line, but it does allow him the space he needs to get in and out. But out in first place is the yellow bib, and that is Strabotnik from Slovenia. Second place is Zelanka, Canada. It looks like the Slovene is going to drop across the finish line in first place with the Canadian in second. Those two will advance on to the finals. Battles to the left of me, battles to the right. Who will come out of the upstream gate first? Looked like Strabotnik opted for the right side and was able to get out of gate number 5 in first place. That allowed him to go past the last gate and on, kind of coast into the finish line in first. In the next heat, wearing the red bib, American Kaylin Friedensen. In the green bib, Australian Merle Long. In the blue bib, Canadian Lachlan Faraday and Alexis Perez Rincon from, I believe, Chile is in the yellow bib. Paddlers, take your position. And they are off and down the ramp.
Looks like we have Green Bib in first place at the end of this sprint right here.
If it's the Green Bib, it's Merle Long. Merle Long, born in Idaho, now residing in Australia. Merle loves this. He practices this. He lives and breathes kayak cross. And there goes Merle Long in the first place. Long and Friedensen are battling it out. Friedensen comes out ahead. That was a one-on-one. Friedensen comes out in first place, and he's headed on down into the last drop. Increases the stroke rate. Friedensen opts for the right side. Long opts for the right side.
Clash of the
They
Titans.
battle, and it is Long out first. Kalen Friedensen in second. They go through the roll. Friedensen's roll is fast. Long's roll is fast. Looks like Merle Long into first place. Kalen Friedensen in second place.
These athletes are absolute beasts. They are monsters, masters of their discipline, trying anything and everything.
We have a broken paddle, but we are not giving up. We've got a single blade going down there. Yellow bib, Rincon Perez makes his way down through with a single blade.
I was wondering what happened there. I was wondering why the canoe was in this kayak cross event right here. Turns out he was powerful enough to break a blade off of one side of his paddle. Beasts, ladies and gentlemen, absolute beasts.
So moving to the finals, in the men's finals, we will see Martin Strabotnik, Merle Long, Mark Zelenka, and Lachlan Faraday. Those are your men who will advance to the final round.
These are anything but calm waters here, Bert. In your experience, as far as class-wise, what are we dealing with here today?
Whitewater is ranked from Class 1, which is barely moving water with a couple of eddies and a few current. Nothing big, nothing too pushy, nothing too exciting, to Class 2. Class 2 also has bigger waves. It has a little more pronounced eddy lines. It may have a few rocks here and there, a little bit of maneuvering. Class 3 makes much harder maneuvering, much faster water, much bigger waves, but still generally a clear line you can see through every rapid. You don't have to count Class 3. Class 4 rapids are bigger, pushier, rockier, and you must get out sometimes and look at a Class 4 rapid. Sometimes you can eddy hop, scout the rapid, and Class 5 is extremely difficult. Waterfalls, runnable waterfalls is a Class 5, and then we actually have something called Class 6, which is more or less taking your life in your own hands. This rapid runs anywhere from a Class 3 to a Class 4. I say Class 4 because of the speed, because of the power. You don't have to figure out what the line is through there. You can see it from the side. You can tell it from the boat. But the power of this water is Class 3, strong Class 4.
Honestly, Bert, that is amazing to know. Whitewater is basically a household name. We all know what Whitewater Rapids are, not necessarily knowing the extremities and the power of each class when it comes to these bodies of water. And if this is something that intrigues you, that's something that you want to dip your toes into, the lifestyle of these athletes, you can kayak down these rapids in a controlled and safe manner. You can whitewater raft down these rapids. You can even tube down these rapids if you wanted to. All over here at Riversport OKC.
Yeah, it's important to know how powerful water is. You watch these athletes how this is extremely powerful water, and if they're really good, they can make it look easy. If you have ever tried to walk across a Class 2 river and you know how hard that water can push on your body, you know that you are no match for the power of water. And so it's very important to start on easy water, start on flat water, always go out with proper personal flotation device, proper helmet, learn the technique in a safe manner on Class 1 water and Class 2 water before you move on, because water is not a forgiving medium. So these athletes have trained and trained and practiced and practiced. They have built their strength and skills. They are accepting the challenge of the whitewater here at the river sport. It's powerful water. There isn't any way humans can overpower the water. So we have to watch the water, figure out what it's doing, put the stroke in the right place, and let the boat do the rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, what Bert is trying to say is Mother Nature is one of the most amazing things we could ever encounter here on planet Earth. She can be our best friend and our worst enemy all at the same time. Depends on how much respect you put on the name.
Okay, again, in the red bib, Rhea Shribar. In the green bib, Evie Leapfarth. In the blue bib, Florencia Aguirre Gonzalez. And in the yellow bib, Sage Donnelly. Okay. Yes. And they are off. Here's the women's final. This is the International Canoe Federation ranking race women's final in kayak cross. In the red bib is Rhea Shribar. In the blue bib is Evie. In the green bib, Evie Leapfarth. In the blue bib, Aguirre Gonzalez. And in the yellow bib, Sage Donnelly. And they're coming down into the first set of upstream gates. This is where the lead changes often take place. It looks like Leapfarth in first.
Let's make some noise. This is the finals,
Evie
guys.
Leapfarth coming in first place. She off for the left side.
Up.
Sage Donnelly in the yellow bib on the right side. A little bit of chaos there. Everybody is together. Green bib is out first. Green bib is up first. That's
Go.
Leapfarth in first. We've got yellow bib, looks like Sage Donnelly across in second. In fourth place, Aguirre Gonzalez. And in third place was Shribar. So unofficially, it looks like Evie Liebfarth in first place, Rhea Shribar in second place, Sage Donnelly in third, and Aguirre Gonzalez in fourth. There were some faults in there. If there is a fault, then they go back to the former runs to figure out if there were two people in the fault. The one who had the fastest time in the qualifier moves up. The one with the slower time in the qualifier moves down. And we have, it looks like here, unofficially, Liebfarth, Shribar, Donnelly, and Aguirre Gonzalez.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is another final, which you know what that means. We have to hear every single person here, every single spectator get as loud as they can. The louder you are, the harder they paddle.
Wearing the red bib from Canada, Mark Zalanka. The green bib from Australia, Merle Long. The yellow bib, Echeverria Olguin. And in the blue bib, Kaylin Friedensen. They are on the water for this men's final. 65-meter sprint on into gate 1. Coming down the big drop. Coming into the first set of upstream gates. In first place, green bib, Merle Long.
Up, 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 up,
Merle
up, up,
out
up,
of
up, up.
Australia. And there's a fight for the upstream gate.
Oh.
Coming out in first place is yellow bib.
There we go.
Olguin, Echeverria Olguin.
Let's get loud. Let's get
right
loud.
behind is Merle Long. Merle Long. Merle's going in it.
Up, 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 up.
And there is a... Oh, that tactic didn't work because out comes Echeverria Olguin. And in red bib in second place, Zilanka, Canada. But there's Long on the outside. He's taking up. Merle Long passes on gate 6 and ends up in second place. The winner of that, Echeverria Olguin in second place. Merle Long. Third place, Mark Zalanka. And the blue bib, Kaylin Friedensen. That is kayak cross. The outcome is not predictable. The lead changes happen. The battles occur. The technique is working, but the tactics don't always work just right. What you saw here was an exchange of leads. That's what it happens out here. There's a little bit of random chaos involved. It makes it exciting. The paddlers enjoy it. The paddlers like it. They're out there on the water. It's a brand new event. I'm glad you all came here to see this afternoon. This is the world ranking race, some of the best athletes in the world being challenged by the Whitewater at the River Sport Whitewater Adventure Center in Oklahoma City.
Bert, thank you for being here with us. My name's Amir. This is Bert. Thanks for coming out, experiencing kayak cross with us, the brand new Olympic sport. Coming here, 2028.
We will add that for all of you who are here, be aware that yesterday the announcement was made by the Los Angeles Olympic Committee that this will be the site of the Olympic canoe and kayak slalom events in 2028. So we are going to be seeing Olympic whitewater slalom and Olympic kayak cross on this course in this city in 2028. Tell your friends, tell your relatives, have them come on over here to Oklahoma City and watch the Olympic Games in 2028. Next year, the International Canoe Federation will also be holding their World Championship race on this same course. So we've got a lot of whitewater racing ahead of us here in Oklahoma City. Go on out, tell your friends, come on back. This is a wonderful world-class venue you've got right here in your backyard. And so, World Championships next year, Olympics in 2028. We'll see you all back here for one of those events. Come on over to the River Sports Center. Try out kayaking. Come get some beginner lessons on the flat water. It's very exciting, lifelong sport. Amir, thanks for being here to help with the technology. This is Bert Hinckley here with a little bit of the history. It's good to team up. It's good to see you all here. Great race at the River Sports Center.
Absolutely, Bert. It's my pleasure to be your right-hand man with the plan, with all the knowledge and the discipline of kayaking all around. Ladies and gentlemen, this is River Sport. We are out. Thank you.